What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. Today we're going to talk about the price of the crypto market and how do these big moves happen, and when they happen, how can you get ready for the next big move that is going to come probably soon or in the future. And we're going to try to understand how to take advantage of these moves, because this is where the little money, that is the retail traders like you and me, this is where basically we can enter the market and we can make a little bit of profit. So we're going to try to understand that. But before that, there's going to be a link in the description below. It will be, if you haven't signed up with Binance.com, which is the biggest crypto exchange in the world, you can use my link, which will be in the description below. You can use that link to sign up, create an account, and every time you want to buy crypto, trade crypto, it will give you 20% discount. So as you know, whenever you want to buy or sell crypto, there is a transaction fees, and that transaction fees depends on the exchange, but for Binance, it's pretty high. So if you use my link or my code, it will give you 20% off. Normally it's 10%. But I managed to get affiliated with Binance and they are offering 20% for my audience. So please go ahead and take advantage of that. Even if you're not going to trade, just sign up, keep it for the future. Whenever you want to buy or sell a crypto, it will come in handy. Second thing I want to mention here, I'm not a financial nor an investment advisor. Please do not take anything I say or do on this channel as an indication for you to go ahead and invest your money. Online trading world carries a very big risk. Please make sure you do your own research before stepping foot into the world. Third thing that I want to mention here is that there's a scam going around in the comment section. Somebody's using my name, the same name as my YouTube channel, and they are replying to people by giving them a WhatsApp number and asking them to contact me on that WhatsApp number. But that's not me. It's a scammer. Please do not reply back to anybody. I will never give out my personal contact number no matter what, and I will never ask you to send me money. I never sell courses. I've always done everything for free. So please be careful with that, and just block the person or report their comment. Now, with that long ass intro done and out of the way, let's look at the price and how it moves and what happens when these big moves happen, and how can we really take advantage of that, because that's, at the end of the day, that should be our main goal. And the first thing that you guys need to understand, if you're not familiar with the institutional concepts, please go ahead. There's a playlist on my channel with the name Institutional Trading. Watch those videos. It will give you an idea what I'm going to talk about in this video. Okay, if you are familiar with the institutional concepts, let's get right to it. So the first thing that I want to mention here is that the crypto market is not as big as the forex market. First, you need to understand that, and the reason why that is because the big institutions or banks have not yet adopted the crypto market. Okay, they're not investing right now as much as they are investing in forex. If you search on Google and if you look at how many banks or big institutions or these investment or hedge funds are investing their money into crypto, it's not a lot. You can probably count it on your fingers. Okay, so the big money, or as we call them in the crypto world, the whales. Okay, the whales are very less in number right now compared to forex. But we did see that the market cap, which is, let me show you guys, coin market cap, this number right here, the global crypto market cap is 952 billion. So we did cross 1 trillion. Okay, we did reach and we crossed 1 trillion. But that is nothing compared to forex. If you guys go to Google and search forex market cap, you guys can see that every single day $5.1 trillion are traded in forex. Okay, so that is just to show you guys that the crypto market, as big as it might be right now, it's not as big as forex. And so the big institutions, the big funds, and these big the whales are going to invest their money in where the big money is, and that's forex. But as things are progressing and better projects are coming up and people are becoming more aware of the crypto world, these big institutions are slowly making their way into the crypto world as well. And we will see their footprints left in the crypto market on these charts. You guys can probably see one right here. Okay, and these are basically the footprints. They're leaving the footprints. They're telling the world that yes, we are here and we are investing our money, and these big moves are happening because of us. Also, one more thing I would like to mention here is that the crypto world, unlike Forex, the crypto world is very easily influenced by the retail traders. And what I mean by that is that you and me, if we invest a decent amount of money in the crypto, any crypto pair, let's say a new project comes out and it's trading at $0.00001. Okay, if we invest enough money, a decent amount of money, we can, if we are buying, we can take the price higher, or we can move a little, we can move it a little bit higher, or if we are selling, we can also cause a dump. So in the crypto world, the move to the upside is called a pump, and the move to the downside is called a dump. So in crypto retail world, or the retail money can easily cause a pump or a dump, okay? Because it's not controlled yet by the biggest institutions or the biggest amount of investors in the world right now. Yes, there are investors, there are whales, people own billions of dollars in crypto, yes, but it's not as big as Forex yet. And I think that in the coming years, it will get close to Forex, or even this year, like people are saying, I don't know. But we're going to talk about how the price, we can see how the big money entered. Okay, let's just call it the big money, where the big money entered and where we can enter as well to take profit, to take benefit of that, advantage of that, sorry. Let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, so whenever the price moves up or down, there are two extremes created. There's an all-time, there's a peak, whether it is a high peak or a low peak. Basically, a swing high or a swing low. So basically, this is a swing high, and this is a swing low. Okay, this is the high peak, this is the low peak. So whenever the market moves up or down, there are always two peaks created. That is number one. Number two, the institutional concepts have taught us that whenever a huge surge in the price comes like this, somebody invested a lot of money right here. Somebody invested a lot of money right here. And by a lot of money, I mean billions. Okay. And they wanted to move the price higher. And so they bought over here. Somebody invested hundreds of millions, if not billions, okay, over here, and they bought and they wanted to move the price higher, and that's exactly what happened. So this tells you that somebody is also in a sell over here. And whenever that happens, you know that the market has to come back to that point because they need to close their sell position. Okay, so they manipulated the market over here. Let's say, for example, this point right here. They fake sold. Okay, they fake sold. They fake sold over here, and then they bought. So they are also, their sell position is still open, and they need to come back to this area, okay, to close their sell position, and then they will continue higher. How do we know that the market is going to continue higher? When you see something like this, okay, and let me show you the volume. Volume is basically the number of orders, okay? This is basically this, you see this peak right here. Do you guys see that buy? Do you guys see this buy right here? Let me show you. Do you guys see this buy? Right after a sell, right after a huge selling volume, do you guys see that buy? This tells you that the market, somebody wants to take the market higher. Somebody invested a lot of money in a buy to take the market higher. You can see what happened after that candle. Do you guys see that? So what does that tell you? This tells you that the market has to come back to that area, no matter what, right? In the future, because this is where the manipulation happened. This is where the fake out happened. This is where they give you the wrong idea that you should be selling here. And you can see that after that, it's just price just took off, right? And I wanna show you exactly what happened when the price came back to this fake area. By the way, I'm just looking at the volume. I didn't even look at anything. Okay, I'm just looking at volume and showing you from there. I swear to God, I have not looked at it before making this video or anything. I had not even zoomed out to see if the price had even came back to that area in the future or not. Okay. So, by the way, I chose this point first. Okay. But then I opened the volume indicator and I saw this, and that's how you can tell. So let's mark this last sell candle with these two lines, and let's see in the future what happens when the market comes back to that area. Do you guys see? And this is on the daily time frame, by the way, Bitcoin daily time frame. Do you guys see what happened over here? Market reached that area, and then let's look at the volume. Now I will target this. Okay, I will target this because this tells me this huge move to the upside, it's breaking all the previous market structure. Okay, what is broken? You guys need to see what's broken over here. Resistance or support? All the resistance, all the previous resistance is broken. We created this high. This tells me that the market has to come back to this area. So this is what I'll be targeting. Okay, I will targeting the other. So if I'm entering at this extreme, which is the low extreme, I will be targeting the high extreme. And whenever I'm entering on a high extreme, I will be targeting the low extreme. Okay, this is how I trade. So you guys can see what happened when the market came back to that area. Let me show you the volume. Exactly. So you see that another fake out happened over here. Okay, do you see all that selling pressure? All that selling pressure. This is fake. Okay, and that's exactly what happens over here. After that huge sell-off comes this buying pressure, and then boom, everybody got deleted over here. Everybody who was trading against the big money, the whales, everybody got deleted here. And if this was not enough of an indication for you that the price doesn't want to continue lower, I mean, look at this. Do you guys see this buying pressure that breaks out of all the previous resistance? So let's say you're not trading over here, you're still being patient, and then you see this move. This is a pretty good indication for you that yes, the money in fact, the money wants to take the market higher. The big money doesn't want to bring the money lower, the market lower. It breaks out of all that resistance look at that volume. I want to show you guys this volume. Look at that. With such an extreme buying pressure, such an extreme, not a small candle, boom, just a big candle breaking out of all that market structure. This also gives you an indication that yes, the market wants to break out, it wants to continue higher. So people always tend to have a difficult time realizing whether the market, they should be buying or selling. I mean, just look at where the market is making the big moves, the direction where the market is making the big moves. And I promise you, it'll become much easier for you to choose that direction. And then you just trade along the big money. You just trade with them. You don't trade against them. And you can see, let me show you this also as well. Let me show you that before this big buying pressure came in, let's look at this last sell candle. Okay, let's look at that. Or even this, if you want to target this, it's up to you. I'm just going to target this one. Okay, I'm just going to mark this last sell candle. Let me zoom in to show you guys better. This last sell pressure, let me show you the volume as well. Okay, so this last selling pressure over here, or this one, if you want to target this one, it's up to you. This last sell candle for the huge price before the big markets stepped in, this should tell you that somebody sold over here to buy. Whenever you're selling, somebody's buying. Whenever you're buying, somebody's selling. Somebody sold over here to buy. Fake sell, okay, to buy. And what happens in the future? This fake position, this fake sell is still open. They need to close it because they're in a drawdown. They sold here, but the market went up. They took the market up. the big money, and now they're in an open position and they need to close this. So what are they going to do? Let me close this volume. What are they going to do in the future? I mean, look at that. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see that? Not from an inch higher, not an inch lower, exactly where that previous pressure. And how would you know that this is where the big money entered? I mean, after that, sorry about that. Look at what happened after that. These big moves, okay? Look for these big moves, and you will understand that the big money wants to continue higher. The big money wants to continue higher. And what happens after the market comes to that? Let me show you the volume that took place over here. Let me show you the selling pressure. Look how they fake every move. Look, I mean, look, just this huge sell candle came and people started selling. People started selling. People were selling Bitcoin like crazy. And people were like, this is it. Bitcoin is going back to 1,000, 2,000. And we were here in the 8,000 range when this happened. And right after that selling candle, look at the buying volume that came in, the buying orders that came in. And let me close that and see what happened after that. I mean, do you see that? Do you guys see that? It's just insane. And let me show you one more example on XRP. Let's see if we can see the same thing on XRP. Now, on XRP, we can find examples for both buying and selling. Okay. First, let me show you the exact same thing that I showed you on Bitcoin. And let me show you that before this big move, there was a selling pressure over here. Okay, let's just, for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to mark this candle instead of these three last candles, even though I would mark these three last candles. But just for the sake of simplicity, for you to understand easily, I will I will mark this and I will show you the selling pressure over here. Okay, if the volume, okay, there we go. So you can see that the selling pressure was pretty strong here in this area, from this candle to this candle, and then boom. Do you guys see this buying pressure? Do you guys see the buying volume that came in? And then we saw this big move. So this tells us that the big move has entered the market here. And what happens in the future when the market comes back to that area, you guys can see over here. Look at over here. When the market comes back to that area, let me show you the volume. Look at that. Again, we see those volume spikes, okay? And you guys can see how the market took off when it came back to that area. Now, let me delete this and let me show you the selling. Okay, so after that big move, if the big money was here, which it was, okay, you could have again taken advantage of this move right here. And you can see when the market came back to that area, it took off. But over here, the volume is not as strong. You guys see that? So this is a pretty weak zone, I would say, right? But if the market, like Bitcoin, is just making new highs and continuing higher, why do we see a break of all these lows? Why do we see this? Okay, and why do we see the market come down and break all these supports if it was to continue higher? Well, because in my previous video, I mentioned this area where the market was going to reverse from, because again, here we saw buying pressure come in, and then I also marked some place, I don't remember here, but where we could have bought XRP. I think it was the 0.17 zone that I marked, somewhere over here, right? Yeah, somewhere over here, and we saw that the market also again took off from there, and then but I'm getting sidetracked. Why did the market reverse from here? Because also in the future, you guys can see that this was the last sell, and then the market never broke those lows. It just continued higher, right? So just like that over here, why do we see a breaking to the downside? Okay, why do we see the market continue lower? That is a very good point. So when we see a high volume come in and create such an extreme high, and then market continues lower, we know that the market, big money sold over here. They are in a sell because they are taking the market lower. So what is going to happen when the market comes back to that area? What is going to happen? It's because I want to show you the selling pressure that came after that buying. Let's see. Okay, great. Perfect. Not even. Look at that. Right after that buying, we see the sell. Okay, we see the selling volume come in, and it's, I mean, you can see over here the buying, even the buying pressure is a lot, but still the market continues lower. Okay, so this indicates that the market wants, the big money wants to take the market lower. So what happens, what is going to happen when the market comes back to that area? What is going to happen when the market comes back to that area? You can see first the buy with that buying pressure. And once the market comes back to that area or comes close, you can see the selling pressure. It just drops. And this circle, it just repeats itself over and over again. It's just going to keep happening. And yes, the market has to come back at some point, or we are hoping as XRP investors that the market is going to come back to this area because somebody is in a very big sell position over here. Okay, somebody is in a huge sell and they are in a drawdown because they also bought. They had opened a buy position and they need to come back to this area to close that, and then they will continue lower. Okay, so this is how basically just looking at the volume basically shows you the biggest orders in the market, the big money. Okay, it shows you where the most money is investing, where the big people are investing their money there. And where they want to take the market. So I mean, it's basically, you just look at these big moves. You cannot take a part of them, of course, because you are not the decision maker in the market. You are not part of that circle which tells you that yes, we are buying and let's take the market higher. No, what you can do is you can get ready for the next move which is going to happen in the future. Just if you are familiar with the institutional concepts or even volume, just looking at volume, you can tell. But marking these last positions is the institutional concepts, and that makes it very clear for you. I mean, you can pick any, let's see if we can see an example on Ethereum, because I don't want to make this video as long as it needs to be. I mean, okay, so you guys can see that Ethereum created this extreme over here, right? And what happens when the market reaches that? Let me see the volume. Okay, do you guys see that selling pressure? Right when the market comes to that area, do you guys see the volume? I mean, yes, it took place over here. Yes, the most selling. But do you guys see when the market comes back to that same area, it drops down as well? And let me show you guys something, the buying side of this on Ethereum. Right. This whole area, this wick basically. So this last candle, okay, this last candle where the selling pressure came in, you guys can see, there we go, you guys can see that selling pressure. And then after that selling pressure, if the sell is where the market is going to continue, why does it create highs? You know, if the big money is investing their money to take the market lower, why does it create new highs? That itself is basically self-explanatory. It explains perfectly what these big money or these big institutions do, or the whales, you know, how they manipulate the market. And yes, they may not want to, you know, not everybody's manipulating the market, but yes, these big people who create these, you can see, like, I mean, whenever the market comes back into that area, it never breaks below this wick, never goes lower, you know, it's just boom, it just skyrockets and come back, visit that area, you know. So I mean, just looking at volume, you can tell that the big money is here and they are doing this. So let's get ready for when they come back. Let's get ready to trade alongside them. You don't want to trade against them, because you can see what happens when you trade against them. People see this big, huge, first people see this buying pressure and then they see this sell off and they're like, yes, the market is going to crash now because we created highs. Whatever goes up must come down, and now we're going down and we're going to continue lower. Ethereum is going to continue lower, but guess what? Right after that sell, boom. I mean, come on. So if that doesn't tell you how the big money trades, how the big money is invested in the markets, I don't know what's going to explain it to you, you know? Right now we see the same thing basically. This sell, okay, this last sell we can see that there was a resistance being created in this zone. And we see that this sell, last sell, let me zoom in and show you guys better. We can see that this big, these big candles, and we can even see the volume here. Okay. So we can see the volume is the buying volume. Do you guys see that buying volume? So we know that the market is definitely going to come back to, let's say, this candle, right? Let's say this candle, because that is where, boom, it broke out, it continued higher, made the new highs, breaking this previous high, and then continued even higher. So you can see how the market came back into that zone. And I even predicted this, the 0.17 to 0.12 or 11, I don't remember, in my video. I did it in a live stream, by the way, not in a video. So, I mean, it's just simple as that, you know. If you drop down to the 4-hour time frame, you can see this, how the market took off. And yeah, basically that's it. Simple as that. Just looking at the volume, you can tell where the big money is, how they control the market, how they control the price, and how you can be a part of it, how you can take advantage of that. All you need to do is keep an eye out, just keep looking at these big moves, never try to chase them, because that's not going to happen. That's not going to end well in the longer run. And yeah, just simply keep yourself aware. Okay, awareness is what makes you money, and patience. Awareness and patience is what makes you money in this world. So I mean, yeah, that's it. I hope you guys learned something from this video. I tried my best. This is the problem, that there's so much information just being fed into my brain, and to interpret that or to put it in a simpler way is kind of difficult. Okay, so I try my best, and I just hope that people understand, or people look at the market the way I do, or I can simply just guide them, or, you know, show them that this is basically what happens and this is how I look at it. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video or in the next live stream. Peace.